560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio. And yeah, we got some Red Wolves. We got some Tigers. They about to get ready. They got to go down. We within, it's tomorrow. It's going down for real. We're not within 24 hours because they are the prime time game. 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern.
26 hours.
So yeah, I'm glad you did the math for me. Wait, 26? No, wait, 24.
Are they at 6 or 7?
They're at 7, I thought.
Yeah.
So that would be, you have to add 6. Or like right now, yeah, you have to add 6 to 24, so that'd be 30 hours.
30 hours.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
and
bad.
You
I'm
call
bad at
me
math.
a pothead. Please.
30, my bad.
Come on. By the way,
Hey, man. Hey.
Pod is Friday, and I got a great
And what do you
pod
mean?
story.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just kidding. It just helped me segue into the greatest story in the history of the world. What happened in Tel Aviv the other day might be one of those things that if it happened to me, I would have fallen to the ground. I would have kissed the earth, and I would have said, "Oh my goodness, you're real. You're real." If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, man, let me tell you about this drone pot story. 100 drones dropped thousands of bags of weed all over Tel Aviv. This is not a joke.
Didn't you just tell the story?
Dude, there's a little more complex
Okay, all right.
complexity to it.
Okay.
Like, I can talk
I
about,
feel like you're teasing it, but you're telling, like, the main
that's the
points
main
of
issue.
it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got to let people know. But there's also some other things, like, because there was different kinds. There was some indica, some sativa.
Stop.
I'm just kidding now. No, but my good buddy, if you don't know that, that's Gabe Kuhn right there, at G_Kuhn71. He is the best. He is the brightest. He's awesome. And we're going to talk Memphis and Arkansas State with him. I'm very excited. This is going to be a very interesting one. You got the in my honest personal opinion, I've said this 1,000 times. Blake Anderson is that guy that you just, if you met him, if you talk to him, he inspires you. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean, Gabe? You ever been around somebody and it's just like dead gummit, man? Whatever this dude says, I'm ready to follow him. Let's go. I don't care what he says. Let's do this. Let's go to war. Let's go to battle. Let's go. I am backing this man 100%. Or if it's, let's go help out these people. Let's go and, do some charity, or let's go do this or do that. Like, dude just has a very infectious personality. He lost his wife to cancer in an unbelievable battle. And I don't know, the dude's just a really, really good coach, but they have a great football team. They've gone 36-12 in the Sun Belt since he took over in 2014. That is, of course, Blake Anderson. They have 2 conference championships, 2015, 2016. They had a share of the West in 2018. And I'll tell you something, they say this team is on its way up. So Memphis is going, I know that, hey, listen, Memphis plays at a different level now, and we can thank Justin Fuente. We can thank Mike Norvell. The torch has been passed now to Ryan Silverfield. I know he got to coach in the Cotton Bowl against Penn State, but tomorrow's the real deal Holyfield. It's going to be awesome, and I'm stoked, and everybody knows about Kenneth Gainwell. But dadgummit, he's doing what's best for him. But I'll tell you one thing, when you got somebody like DeMonte Coxey, and he's going to be getting the ball from Brady White, it's going to be a fun thing to talk about. But again, I will tell you something. There is no Kenneth Gainwell. There's no Antonio Gibson. And you know what? I think Coxey's going to be the guy who steps up and takes over this season. But we'll probably talk about this more. But I also want to let y'all know at 2 o'clock, I rap with my man's brother, Alex Kuhn, at 2. the real deal. Holyfield, the older of the Coon brothers.
It's crazy that you just figured that out.
Yeah, I didn't.
I had
know
to
that.
tell you.
Well, actually, by the way,
Do I come across as older, huh?
Dude, do you get carded before me? Is that not true? We went out when I was shaved before I had like a.
I rarely get carded.
Yeah, I know you, but do you not remember that one time? No. You were the one. No, I was carded. You weren't.
Well, you were shaved like a.
That's
I mean,
what
it
I'm
was
saying.
literally
I
smooth.
had a shaved
if they
beard.
saw the gray in your beard, they'd change their.
That's true. I had a complete baby.
But yeah,
butt face.
Alex does look like a.
And Alex looks young.
He looks young.
He's very young looking, and but both of y'all.
Older by 4 years, believe it or not.
Almost could go across as like twins the way y'all talk to each other and stuff. Y'all are very funny. But anyway, Alex is going to be at 2, and I'm stoked about that. Gabe's going to lead us off here in just 1 minute. Don't forget, though, I'm going to Churchill Downs. You know why? It's not only Labor Day weekend, but it's a weird year in horse racing. And my good friend Alan knows he's going to join me at Hardenwood, and he's going to give you his picks because you know he's always got a horse up there. You know he's always working. And we're going to find out what's his pick for the Derby at 2:30, 2 o'clock. Alex, what's happening at 1:30? Oh, my goodness. It's the first edition of Jim McCormick. It'll be a Fantasy Friday every single Friday at 1:30. Get ready to set your lineup.
Get those questions in now if you want to. 1:30 Jim McCormick, 67129. Get your fantasy football questions in now. Even if you have or haven't done your draft, let us know what you got.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think about your team. Let us know if you got questions. By the way, I will tell you something. I'm stoked about Jim coming on because my draft is Sunday. What about you?
My drafts are. I have one Wednesday and I have one Monday.
See, I'm only in one league this year.
That's probably a better thing, man, because you can keep. Interesting though. Last year, I was in 2 leagues, won both of them.
Whoa.
Yeah, 2 money leagues, won both of them.
Dude,
nice.
See, that would make my brain almost like split in two. Like I'm struggling with 2 fantasy baseball teams, and I realized I think this year that damn, dude, I want to just be in one league because like one day I'm like, yes. He won, and then I look at the other team like, damn it, that hurt me.
But the thing is, when you have 2, you naturally tend to one more.
You do.
Whichever one you feel more confident about.
Or the one that has to do with more money.
Yeah, that's usually, yeah.
You know.
But then if you fall out of the race really quick in that one, you just sort of, I'm not saying you stop, but you just crumble and cry.
But we have Jim McCormick today, so it's 67129. Please. Fantasy Football Fridays. They're happening at 1:30 every single Friday. 2 o'clock, Alex. 2:30. It's a special Hardenwood. We're going to Churchill Downs. But you know what? I'm in the box. Hey, Gabe, do me a favor. Throw that pitch down the middle.
I'm throwing a fastball. I'm testing you.
Oh,
I'm testing you. Let me start here. The Clippers smacked the Nuggets.
That was not even
smacked the Nuggets. It was 120-97. Jamal Murray's been dropping 50. During the playoffs, he I believe he's been averaging the second most behind Donovan Mitchell. But he only had 12 last night.
12. It's not even 14.
I don't think anybody on the Nuggets ended up with 20 points, 20-plus points. I'm pretty positive of that. But I just wanted to ask you, do you think the Nuggets have any chance in this series?
Actually, unfortunately, no, I don't. I didn't think they had a chance in game 1 because of the legs. Simply, what did I say the other night? Look at Donovan Mitchell. Look at Murray. They couldn't even get up and get any lift. It was 80-78 final, man. Like, they had nothing left. They were exhausted. These Nuggets, this team is worn out. Murray has 12 points. Come on now. If Paul Millsap is your leading scorer at 13 points, let me just tell you something. You're damn toast. Now, will Denver do a better job? Yes. Joker will come up. Murray will do some things. But they have a guy in the playoff P. And I ain't talking about Pascal Siakam or Spicy P. I'm talking about Paul George. They got Kawhi Leonard. They got a bunch of dudes, man. They also got the Shea Jun Champ of the Year. Mr. Hot Wings himself, Sweet Lou. You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like this Clippers team, gentleman sweep, 4-1.
I say maybe one game. The Nuggets look outmatched. They're gassed. And not to mention,
one game
they
Murray
are
will go crazy. Joker will show up.
Do they have a good defensively? They're not there. I don't know if they can guard the Clippers in their entirety. When you talk about their bench scoring, the Clippers have. The Nuggets just don't have it.
Dude,
I think the Mavs by far were a better matchup for the Clippers than the Nuggets are.
Big
for the Clippers.
fan of Nuggets. Ain't gonna lie to you. Love Nuggets. Love them. But right now, my man Murray, Joker, Paulie, everybody out there, let's just be honest with you. 4-1 gentleman sweep. Be very kind for them. And they had a good year. But this is what I think is fascinating, and I hate to interrupt you, but I will tell you, if you're a betting man, Heat are up two games to zip. Money line, Bucks, or Bucks minus 4.5 or 5, depending on where you're at. Bro, I'm sorry. If the Bucks don't come out tonight, if the Greek Freak is not a dominant animal and doesn't at least get this thing back to 2-1, like my man Kyle Lowry did last night with that shot, then I'm going to just be like the MVP. No, we don't know you, brother.
I'm all in on the Heat. I think the Bucks can win a game
or two.
Heat, but I'm all in on the Heat winning that series.
I think the Heat are going to win the series. I told you I got the Heat for the series, by the way. Nice.
It was plus 380.
Yes,
by the
it was.
way.
I got plus 340. Hold on.
Oh, you got gypped, man.
I'm pretty
Where'd
sure.
you get that bet?
I got plus 340. Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, the point is, that's gonna drive me crazy. This is the one time though, if I ever thought about taking the Bucks, don't you think that they're gonna, like Middleton, the Greek, everybody? I mean, Giannis is gonna come out and go bananas, and I think Jimmy Buckets. I could see, basically that whole team almost kind of taking a. I hate to say this but it is true. It's a 7-game series. You might want to almost play your backups a little bit more. You might not want to give Jimmy Buckets 40 minutes a night. You know what I'm saying? You might want to.
But then again, if you're the Heat, wouldn't you want to think about getting the series over with so you can rest?
Yes, but I almost feel like the fact that you can go out there in the first quarter and try, but I just feel like the first quarter you're going to see a KO attempt by the Greek Freak like nobody's ever seen, and I don't know, man. I can see him come out and having one game where he can do something like that, but I don't think he has enough around him, and I think he'll wear himself out. So that's why I'm just saying I think they win the series, but tonight I think Milwaukee gets that junk done.
I digress. Now, there was a report yesterday about Josh Rosen, and this is no surprise.
Number 10
the
pick
Dolphins
overall.
traded for him last year, and now they took Tua Tagovailoa, and they have Ryan Fitzpatrick on the roster, so they're thinking about trading Josh Rosen. Not surprising at all, but we know he got traded by the Cardinals. He got forced out by Kyler Murray when they got a new coach. Do you think he's been unfairly treated since arriving in the NFL?
Can I tell you a secret? Nope. You want to know why? NFL don't give a dead gum bleep, if you know what I'm saying. They don't care about anything except for if you can play. If you're Tony Romo from this little school, if you're Joe Flacco from Delaware, if you're from this little bitty kid from somewhere, wherever, it don't matter, man. If you can play football, they're going to play you. Arizona drafted him with the 10th pick. They played him an entire year, and you know what their coaching staff learned? Damn, son. You were good at UCLA, but you just don't have the NFL. Like you got the throws, but man, your decision-making process, I can see why you brought up a stupid, what was that, an inflatable, what was it, where he sat in that thing? You know what I'm talking about? Rosen sat, it was like what is it, what do they call them, a spa? It was like a jacuzzi. You didn't see that hot tub time machine? Josh wrote, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You know what? During the break, or right now while you're listening to me talk, Google Josh Rosen freshman year hot tub, and see the picture about him. And this is what I'm saying is maybe the young kid who spoke out about so many things and was so intellectually, everybody was like, oh, he's so smart. He's so smart. Well, maybe he's smart and he sucks at football. Because right now, if he can't play for the Dolphins, if Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is older than Gabe Kuhn and me put together, probably. Okay, let's not go that far, but we'll just pretend. 2 Gabe Kuhns. He's older than 2 Gabe Kuhns, probably. He's an old man. Well, close. He's not 50, but he's getting there. Dude looks like the mountain man. He kind of looks like Gabe right now. But Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen can't beat out Fitz. They're taking Tua, who's like, yeah, I got him. Like, Arizona was like, nah, peace, enjoy yourself. I'm taking Kyler Murray. Like, this guy's come to the NFL, and again, it's not like he played for 2 world beaters. He wasn't behind Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson. He was behind nobody in Arizona. And they went and picked Kyler Murray. And he started that year, and guess what? They had the number 1 pick the next year after he started. So, thank you very much, Josh Rosen, for giving the Cardinals the number 1 pick the very next year so they can take you at 10, and then you gave them Kyler Murray. Then he goes to the Dolphins. They're tanking for Trevor. I still can't believe he couldn't start over Ryan Fitzpatrick last year. Come on, man. They gave up a second and 5th. You thought they would give him a little bit of something. Kid comes in after an 0-2 start, started 3 games for Miami. Do you know how many games they won? 0. He threw 1 touchdown to 6 interceptions in Miami. He won 3 games in his NFL career. Dude, Josh Rosen ain't been treated unfair. Give back your money if you want to be, like, fair.
Explain to me why you would draft Josh Rosen and throw him in there immediately into the fire.
Can I tell you what happens?
Explain that.
I don't know.
You shouldn't do that. So that's where I think he's completely been unfairly treated. I don't understand.
But you know what? It's also kind of like, I hate to say this about our buddy Paxton. You played with him. It's like Paxton. It's like Josh Rosen.
He had 3 years.
Hold on. It's like Blake Bortles got way more time. But it's like, you know what?
He didn't get any time.
I said this to people a long time ago after I watched him throw his first pass in the NFL. I was like, damn, this kid sucks. Like, that's all I said. Straight up. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, when he made it to the postseason, I was looking at myself going, there's no way he's going to win this game. And they're going to go, if they go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be a crazy person. But
he's 23, had his coach relieved of his duties in his first year. He got traded, and then another guy, and then the Dolphins went and picked another quarterback for the future. So, like, I don't know how you don't see the fact that he has not gotten a fair shake at anything. They didn't get allowed time to develop. Didn't get any opportunity, to be honest, with the pieces he had around him in Arizona. Didn't have any opportunity with the pieces he had around him in Miami.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't have a favorite team. Used to be the Rams.
I was gonna say, if it was the Rams, or would you want him on your team?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying, like, you got to allow young quarterbacks when he came in the league at 21 to develop, and they didn't give him any time at all.
Let me tell you what they saw in Hot Tub Rosen. A poor Andy Dalton.
Oh, my gosh.
They were like, damn, this is a poor man's Andy Dalton. He's not that good.
Oh, this is whatever.
We got to get out of this situation.
I watched the guy play. He can spin the ball.
Hey, by the way,
he can spin the ball, no doubt.
Hey, Josh Rosen did get them Kyler Murray. Good job, Josh.
He can spin the ball.
Good job. Hey, good work with that.
You're ridiculous. But anyways, last question here. And this is just I want to pick from you. Memphis, minus 19.
I'm loving
and by the way, the fact that at the beginning of the show you corrected me about 30 hours. I said 26 hours as if it
I know. I'm like, what is it? Are you drinking?
I don't know. That was embarrassing
it's okay.
on my part. But anyway.
Hey, do me a favor. Don't worry about it. You just got done doing Greg and Eli's show. You've been very busy. I've been studying.
Being very busy is not an excuse to forget that a day is 24 hours. Picks for the weekend. Memphis is minus 19 versus Arkansas State. Make a pick.
All right, let me tell you something. I love quarterback Brady White. I actually do. I think the fact that this guy gets thrown a little bit under the bus because that he's a game manager is something that's stupid. How many guys out there, how many coaches in college football wish that they had a coach on the field that actually got the ball out of his hands quickly, used his talents to get the ball into the athletic people? I mean, he had Antonio Gibson. He had Kenneth Gainwell last year. Yes, both are gone. But don't tell me that DeMonte Coxey isn't going to be a baller this year, because I think you're crazy. Don't tell me that there's not speed on this team, because I'm going to tell you, you are wrong. Brady White has been playing for a long time. He's going to get the ball quickly out of his hands. He's going to get it to playmakers. My man, Ryan Silverfield, is realistically coaching. This is his real debut. I mean, yes, it's not in front of the fans. There's going to be, 4,900.
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out.
Sold out to the 4,500 fans.
To the 40, yeah, whatever. I thought it was 4,900, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. 45, whatever. I'm wishful thinking, but it's sold out on a very, very, very. I mean, it's not going to be your typical type game, but it will be on ESPN. It's going to be the prime time game, y'all. And I love Blake Anderson, but I also believe Ryan Silverfield is the right guy. And this isn't just a bias. This isn't a thing where, I'm going to tell you something, Gabe, and I'm going to ask you this real quick, because you talk so much about Tiger football. I look at Brady White. I look at DeMonte Coxey. I look at this defense. I talked about it yesterday with Isaac Simpson. Mike McIntyre is a hell of a football coach. Can we be honest with you? When you say a defensive football coach, Mike McIntyre is one of those guys that you want to go out there and get behind. I like what he's going to do with this group of young men. But Ryan Silverfield, coming from the offensive line, understanding how blocking schemes work, how you get people and these young men open in space, and how you have to block to do that. I think that's something that is going to permeate the entire coaching staff. He's a Memphis man. He wants to be here. Do you think this is a great hire like I do?
I do. And the thing is, with the defense and Mike McIntyre and how junior and senior laden that group is, I want to see what it looks like, because last year you saw they were finally good enough to get you to the Cotton Bowl. This year, can you take the step from good enough to good? And we'll see where we're at, because I think that group has a chance to be better than we've seen in a while, especially on the defensive side. But you actually have to give me a pick, sir. Taking Memphis minus the points, Arkansas State plus the points.
I'm going to take Blake Anderson plus the points, one, because it's plus 19. Correct? Plus 19. I think Memphis wins by 17. 2-point cover by Blake Anderson, because Ryan Silverfield in the University of Memphis is kind and got a great heart. It's going to be a win all the way around. Liberty Bowl is going to be awesome. Ryan Silverfield is going to get his win. Brady White's going to get he's going to look great, people. And DeMonte Coxey is going to do his thing. And yes, Kenneth Gainwell, you go work your tail off. Get ready for the NFL draft. Everybody here in Memphis is rooting for you and loves you. But I ain't going to lie to you. I'm stoked to see next man up, because this is a school that can block. This is a school that has a heck of a coaching staff, and absolutely knows how to put talent into open space. Who's going to be that talent tonight? Who's going to get in open space? And who's going to take this bad boy to the house? Now, speaking of talent, I saw Frank Gore Jr. Did you see that? Dude, Frank Gore, he still plays for the Jets. He's in the NFL, and his son was playing for Southern Miss. Did you see that? I'm literally like, what? Yeah, we'll talk more about this. But coming up next, fantasy football time. Hit me at 67129 on the text line. Jim McCormick, Fantasy Football Friday starts next on Sports 56. Never forget Chad Gatlin, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 96.1 FM, or 87.7 FM.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build your own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles, when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Lemon Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Lemon Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemonbrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
So are you the type of guy that wants to look put together, but doesn't want to spend hours shopping? I hear you. This is why there's Stitch Fix, your personal styling service that delivers hand-picked clothes right to you. Stitch Fix is simple and convenient. Sign up in just a few minutes. Try new styles in the comfort of your own home. And there's no subscription required ever. So, isn't it time to refresh your look? Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, personal styling for everybody.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join Pete Cordelli and me for Sidelines, Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. on Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1 FM. We'll cover the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, recruiting. Hey, if they keep score, we're covering it. Check us out on the website at sports56whbq.com and sidelines.live. Sidelines is brought to you by Duncan Williams Asset Management. Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. Get up and give us a call.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Get over here!
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Yo, welcome into little Sports 56 Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio. And I'm telling you, I got Jim McCormick. He's joining us because this is the start of Fantasy Fridays. But I do want to remind you, we got Bucks Heat tonight going down. Right now, Heat up 2-0. Oh, yeah. Can Giannis, the Greek freak, can they come back and win? We'll find out. We also have Rockets. Lakers, game 1 of the Western semifinals is going down for real. Lakers 6-point favorite. I don't know how the Rockets, I think the Lakers and the Bucks, I think it's a favorite night in the NBA. Now, last night we saw Kyle Lowry hit the game-winning shot. This sucker's 2-1. Celtics still going to take care of business. I can promise you that. And the Nuggets, bro. They look like they were on Nuggets. I mean, they were slow, inept. Murray could barely get a shot off. Dude had 12 points. Let me tell you something. When Paul Millsaps is your best player, you're going to get beat, especially when you're playing the Clippers, that is. And I'll tell you one thing, the Clippers look bad to the bone. Now, we have baseball that's going on like a bunch of madmen. And the fact that baseball's done like basically such a good job with all the coronavirus situation, doesn't it make you feel like the billion-dollar organization that is the National Football League? Like, there ain't nothing that's going to stop that train. I feel that way. I think my man Jim McCormick feels that way. And everybody I know, at least I'm having my draft this Sunday. I hope you're ready for your draft. Jim McCormick, my fantasy expert, how's life treating you?
It's good, man. You know, it is. Look, the world's odd in general right now.
It is so odd.
For all the people who are like, yo, I hate the NFL preseason. It's the worst. Every dude who said that right now is like,
we don't have
to get one preseason.
Yeah,
can I get one game?
Yeah. What's the offense going to look like?
Let me see a real depth chart. Because honestly, we are a market that fluctuates due to coach speak, but like coach speak is all we got right now. You know what I mean? And so there's just not a whole lot of tea leaves to read. So that's what makes this a unique offseason, unique draft. I think it's almost like your gut and your instincts have to do more than they ever did before, because we at least used to be able to see past the coach speak and see the field, even for those preseason games. But long story short, we don't have that. That's what makes this very unique.
Man, speaking of unique, by the way, everything this year is unique. The whole situation of the world is unique. Lamar Jackson being a quarterback, people actually thinking about taking a quarterback in the first round. I still think they're lunatics. I understand that he scored more points than anybody since LaDainian Tomlinson did back, what was that, in like 2003 or something? 2006. I know he was a madman last year. And don't get me wrong. But aren't we still being smart and taking running backs because of how few and far between the upper echelon and the upper tier running backs are compared to how many deadgum quarterbacks? Or am I wrong, Jim? I need you to kind of help me with this one. And then we got other things at 67129. I'm going to talk with you. And again, every single Friday I'm talking with Jim McCormick, the best in the business. If you want to follow him, go to at _ you know about underscores. I'm Johnny _ radio. He's at G_Coon71. My man is at _ Jimmy McCormick. Give him a follow. I promise you, he knows more about fantasy football than anybody I know. Jimmy, tell me, explain this whole quarterback situation, Lamar Jackson situation.
Sure. Look, now, like, unique, obviously, I'm not copping out of the answer. I think he's kind of like context. What I mean by that is if I'm in a 10-team league and there aren't like a ton of flexes, talking about like a more traditional, just kind of older school league, like a public league or an office league, only 10 people, I'm actually more willing to go ahead and get Lamar Jackson early, only because like everyone's going to have a good quarterback and you're going to assert dominance. Plus, I also feel you're going to have more swings to bat at good skill players in a shallower league, less players put out there. But if you're in one of these more competitive 12-team leagues with multiple flexes, you got to start, 11 people every week, and it can get more difficult to make up the ground. Because what we're really talking about, and what Johnny's getting at, is that when you select a Lamar Jackson in the first round or even the early second, is that you're sacrificing an opportunity, a very unique opportunity to get a high leverage skill player, a skill player who consumes 25 to 30% of the targets in the passing offense as a receiver, or one of these ultra backs who gets, not Christian McCaffrey work, but one of these engines of the offense guys. And there's probably only 8 to 12 of those, and that's probably generous, right?
Yes, there
so
really
yeah,
are.
It's diminished. And so that's the argument. And the argument for the formula for success was that last year you all hit on Lamar Jackson that got congratulations, and saw him run all over your league. And that was kind of the point. Not to say that you're always going to find the next one, but maybe like 5 rounds later, Kyler Murray, or, we've seen guys slip. Like, Carson Wentz is inexpensive. Dak is several rounds later. I mean, or you can just wait in general is the argument.
All right,
wait
here's my basic question. Here's what here's what I want. I know a lot of people are asking this question. It's very simple if you have maybe a top 5 pick. And let's just make it easy. If we're in a normal, like most people, at least in my opinion, are in a 12-team PPR league.
Sure.
That's how I like to think of things, because that's the majority of what people play these days. I look at, of course, Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley. They're coming straight off. I got, Alvin Kamara. I had him number 3. Yeah. He's kind of scaring me a little bit with the whole, holdout situation.
He's on the way. I think that's trending a little safer, but who knows?
Okay, me too. I had him 3rd. I'm kind of may have moved up Ezekiel Elliott. Now, if I think, I love Dalvin Cook, by the way. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a lot of people think I'm crazy. I got him as like my number 5, period. Like, I love him. I think him in Kansas City is Kareem Hunt on steroids. I think you got the best quarterback.
Yeah, it's Kareem Hunt with Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, dude. It's going to be don't you think it's just going to be something beautiful? So when I look at those types of players, I'm wondering, how can you pass somebody up unless maybe you have like a 10 or 11 and you're looking at maybe a Austin Eckler or a Kenyon Drake or a Nick Chubb. Is that where you may pull the trigger on like a Lamar Jackson?
I mean, that's when people's threshold for risk comes in. I mean, like, personally, like, I think you and I philosophically kind of align here. Like, we probably won't be the guys getting Lamar Jackson, because I feel like I could wait, and I feel like I could still get a really good quarterback. I knowingly I'm not going to get Lamar Jackson, but like, meaning I'm not going to go and get myself this. He's very unique. He's like, he's MVP Cam Newton every year. Is the idea is what you're pricing in. You're trying to price in this like ultra outlier. In any case, I would more than likely still go for. I still think there's receivers there too. I think some of those running backs you're talking about.
Okay, hold on. You mentioned some receivers, so I mentioned those running backs. I'm always I ain't gonna lie to you. I take a running back if I have a top 7 pick.
Right.
Again, I told you I'll take Clyde Edwards-Helaire all day long. I love me some Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey.
Me too.
Like, boom, boom, boom. They can come off the tip of my tongue. Derrick Henry, I don't care. Look, I like those first-round running backs.
Yes, those 7-8 names, yes.
But, dude, I look at this year, Michael Thomas, like, a lot of people are saying take him number 1. And, yeah, I know Drew Brees throws him 1,000 balls. He catches every damn thing. But he doesn't score a whole lot of touchdowns, and it just seems like that's where I think Alvin Kamara is going to do it.
Like, he's still going to. I still just think Mike Thomas is budgeted in for like 100%. Like, there's also a little bit of scarcity among receiver too. Like, I think sometimes the consensus. What I mean by that is how many guys are actually 150 target guys.
Oh, it's a good point. Really so do you take the risk on, or are you taking Michael Thomas early because of the safety? Are you going to risk in the second round? Maybe like a Tyreek Hill.
Well, you can do both. I mean, that's the beauty. If you go best, that's the beauty. Like right now, fantasy football, because it's almost like everything is a committee. We talk about committees, but like wide receiver 1 jobs can be committees now too, where it's not always that same old school. You get all the targets, and you get some. I guess my point is that like it's a best player available thing, and but like I want to leave those first 2 rounds with skill players. Ideally, 1-1 is nice. I mean, you can survive if you do running back. It's more difficult to do receiver. All I'm trying to say is there are truly ways to get there. You especially with flexes and all these other things. But you just have to then pivot. It's a very fantasy football is a stressful, fluid process how to put the team together. But what I'm saying is, I don't think there's good advice to say marry to this one philosophy on the turn. Like,
well, I will say if I had
Go
the
fetch
opportunity, and let's say I had some around like the 7th pick, I'm just pulling the number out out the air. If I felt like I could get Clyde Edwards-Helaire there, because of course McCaffrey and Barkley and Elliott and all these guys are gone, Kamara will be gone.
Well, he's a very unique property though too.
I would take him there, and then think about this. I'm gonna grab hopefully Tyreek Hill. And have both of dudes who are eating from Patrick Mahomes' hand. That sounds like a genius, like a little way to go.
Yeah, as much as you can get in on the elite offenses, I mean, that's kind of always been the secret. Is that like when people try to do autopsies of each year, like, oh man, like what really happened there? It's like, well, the really good football players played really well. It's not that crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like the really good coaches put together really good offenses.
Players played really well.
And the really good offenses put together really good, like the coaches put their players in good positions. Like it's not shocking when, like a 2008 offensive coordinator doesn't thrive in this era. You know what I mean? So there's also just opportunities. Like you got to just stake your claim. Like you believe Edwards-Helaire is a guy. That's the point.
I'm in love with him, yeah.
So that's the beauty of a fantasy draft. Is that not everybody in your draft is entering with the same price on him. Whereas somebody sitting right next to you thinks that that's where Lamar should go, and they're going to get Lamar. But they're also going to be offering up their opportunity to get that skill player, and they're going to see it later in their roster. The only caveat that I think is strange this year that's unique to other years that I think the 2 top tight ends should kind of be treated like wide receiver ones this year. Like, we shouldn't just wait on them. Like, Travis Kelce and George Kittle are both, like,
that's where I was going. That's exactly where I was going. I wanted to know because everybody, like we said, we talked running backs. I need to know before you get into these tight ends, though, are you still more of are you a Patrick Mahomes guy or a Lamar Jackson guy?
I mean, I think if you simulate the season out, that Mahomes probably is the safer guy each year just because of how he's going to score. That offense is just going to be popping. Like,
me too. I think so.
He's not going to have to do heroics every time to make it happen. And not to say that what Lamar is doing is unsustainable. It's just it comes at an incredible cost, right? He has so many carries. It's just that, there's just so much more risk, I guess is the idea, is that, there's more risk. Like, Mahomes isn't taking 17 to 20 shots on runs in a given game. So I just think he's the safer guy. Like, last year there was a huge correction in touchdowns for Mahomes the other way, and now he's actually due to come back, meaning he's due to come back to the 40 touchdown range. Does he ever go back to 55? A lot of these guys, no, this isn't, like Madden on easy, but at the same time, like he's still the guy. I mean, like I would want to get like late pieces, like Hardman, like he's kind of a cheap way to get into that offense. Not like he's that bankable, but look at second year of Deshaun Jackson's game log, and that could be this guy.
Wow, it's a good point. Now I got to ask you the tight end question: who do you like better? Are you taking the man, the myth, the living legend? He's big as can be, George Kittle with San Francisco? Are you taking the guy who's catching the ball from Patrick Mahomes?
It's going to be Kittle. It's going to be Kelce. It's so close. But it's just, again, it's the bandwidth, 25% of a Patrick Mahomes offense. I think there are more scoring opportunities, like touchdown-wise, in that offense. The counter argument to that is that, it's like young and injured receivers in San Francisco and then Kittle, and he's the guy, whereas there actually are real
Didn't San Francisco have another guy go down today?
I know Brandon Ayuk is hurt, the big rookie, and then Debo's still coming back. So I didn't see anything about today, but that's certainly possible. I mean, I think soft tissue injuries are going to be popping around the league just because of just, these guys are sprinting back into football. But in any case, my argument is you can't really go that wrong, and we're splitting hairs a little bit. Like if you need to make your decision, I would make my decision Kelce and Kittle, but I'm not saying that they're a round apart. I'm saying in that same bracket of players, I'm considering
you got them both early in the second round.
Early second round, and there's even a time, if I'm on the turn in a competitive league and I think I can make up for it, or say I have a keeper or two in a different position, if I feel okay to take the risk, it's the rare year where I'm willing to take the risk on, because I just think those two guys are such difference makers at the position.
Now, I got to say goodbye to you because I'm going to get beat by my producer, and he's a big football player at Memphis. But before I say goodbye to my good friend Jim McCormick, @_Jimmy McCormick, Jimmy, I got to know, Leonard Fournette was dropped by Jacksonville, cleared waivers. He just got picked up by the Bucs. What does this mean for him going forward, and where do you rank him now?
Okay, so we just did like a talk about this at ESPN and some of our projection guys. There's not a ton of variance actually on what they think. They have him like RB 26 overall, which like, and then up to RB 31. So it's like that's only 3 guys in their computer models, but what they're doing is taking into account like competition, workload. I guess, you know, he's not a good early guy to take. Like he's not going to play the first couple of weeks probably very much, but like, who knows? It's a risk. I don't actually have him that high. I think he's like, I'd rather have
Would you rather have Le'Veon Bell out of New York, or would you rather have Leonard Fournette?
Oh, I'd rather have Bell, just because like Bell, even though his coach hates him, like
he does. That's why I was asking.
He like, even though like they don't even like respond to each other on text, like at the same time they still, you know, are getting paid by the same guy. They're still showing up, and Bell's still going to get his 250 plus touches. So I'm not a huge Bell guy either. But I just think the work's there for him. Fournette, it's messier. I mean, not even LaShawn McCoy, but Rojo, and then Keyshawn Vaughn, the receiving guy. There's just too many names there. And it's like the New England factor all over again. Like Tom Brady doesn't necessarily need a single back to rely on. I just think it could be kind of like a fractured committee. So like the answer to all that is that I'm not super enticed by Fournette. He would need to be like a rushing guy. I don't see another team doing what Jacksonville did and trying to just give him the ball all the time.
I don't either. But I will tell you one thing. Whenever you want to talk fantasy football, make sure you go @_Jimmy McCormick. By the way, the new show y'all got over there at ESPN's dope as can be. I know you got a lot to do with that, Jimmy. I wish you luck in Philadelphia. I hope your team can catch the ball just like that dude was catching babies last year. I wish
Aguilar.
That was the funniest dude. That guy made me laugh so hard. You know that, right?
The best part is watch Aguilar, like, you know, get like 800 snaps in Las Vegas. So.
No, dude, yeah, you'll probably see that happen, won't you?
There's a good name in Vegas to think of real late in your drafts, Bryan Edwards.
Bryan Edwards?
I know Henry Ruggs is interesting, but Bryan Edwards might actually be like the target guy of the rookies there.
Whoa, I like that.
Super
Sneaking
late.
one in there. Sneaking one in there. By the way, though, anybody can sneak in @_Jimmy McCormick, send you because you're one of the kindest people. You actually respond.
This is the truth.
Now, were you trying to sneak in somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, look, Henry Ruggs is another one too. He's not getting any hype among the rookies, and I just think there's targets there. I mean, I understand people are like, "Oh, it's the Raiders." There's still targets there. There's still stuff there. Like it's still a Gruden offense. I know it's old school, but it operates. So
yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
There's something there.
Man, I love it. That's why we talk with him every single Friday, starting at 1:30. Jimmy, be good out there, my friend.
All right, man. We'll be talking. Thanks.
Oh, you know that. That's Jimmy McCormick. I'm late for a break. Never forget MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-967-7711. 800-967-7711. 800-967-7711.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches, 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
What's up, Jim? Welcome back into Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I got to tell y'all something. I'm stoked. We just talked fantasy football with Jim McCormick. We got Alan Nosey at 2:30 to talk about the Derby. That's right. I know on Labor Day weekend it's kind of weird to have the Kentucky Derby, but it's 2020. It's a weird year, yo. Hey, by the way, you know one of those asteroids that was going to hit the Earth? Did I tell you it was? We found out it was space junk.
Space junk? What's space junk?
Kind of like how did you see my man slide into third base?
You did?
You didn't see Jose Altuve slide into third?
No. And you can't just say, did you see my man slide into third? You have to, explain something, about...
That's why I'm telling you, you got to follow Johnny_radio. Then they won't be no explaining to do. But the point is, I'll be talking about it during Hardwood because, oh, yes, it feels so good. And I got Alan Nosey coming on, and we're going to talk about, bags flying over Tel Aviv, things flying into the atmosphere. They were worried that it was a meteorite, but turns out they think it's just space junk from back in 1950 or something. Whatever. You know how it is. Space junk. I don't know. Now, we'll also talk about Jose Altuve and karma. Did what happened to him last night, was that straight up karma? Never seen that happen in baseball in my entire life. Watched a lot of baseball games. Speaking of karma, bro, can I just say this about the Cardinals? How many great players have they gotten rid of? And I'm being dead serious when I ask this question. Who's one of the best players in all of baseball that nobody ever talks about? I don't know if I've ever mentioned him on this. And I'm not talking about the guy who got 2,500 strikeouts. Congratulations to Clayton Kershaw. 2,500 strikeouts. No, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Luke Voigt?
Zach Gallen.
Oh, Zach Gallen. Oh, what?
Remember? You not remember? Oh. He pitched right here in Memphis, controlled by the Cardinals. They got rid of him in the Marcell Ozuna trade. What Marcell Ozuna got you? Because right now, Zach Gallen is in the Cy Young Award over there in Arizona, and nobody's good in Arizona. But Zach's pretty damn good, I ain't gonna lie about that. Now, he's got no hitting, but Zach can pitch like nobody's business. By the way, I got Shane Bieber 1, Jacob deGrom 2. Believe it or not, I got Yu Darvish number 3 in my Cy Young watch.
You want to hear another mistake that the Cardinals made?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Luke Voigt.
Luke Voigt.
293 batting average, 13 bombs, which is tied for the league lead, 28 RBIs, slugging 664 with the Yankees.
By the way, what a great mention. And if we're going to talk New York first baseman, can I mention Pete Alonso? coming out with the win, with the first walk-off of his career, his 61st home run, first ever walk-off of Pete Alonso's career. How awesome was that? Walk-off win against the New York Yankees, 9-7. We'll be back in 2 shakes. Coming up next, it's his brother. It's Alex Kuhn on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
When the idea of divorce becomes a reality, you need someone on your side. If you are a man in this situation, you should consider contacting Cordell & Cordell, who has helped men navigate complex family legal issues for 30 years. Visit us at CordellCordell.com to learn more.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Memphis attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Office in Memphis, 6000 Poplar Avenue, Suite 225, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119.
Frontier Western Store is open and ready to serve you for all your needs in boots, apparel, pet food, and more. Frontier is proud to be a local leader here in the Mid-South when it comes to boots. Stop by the store today for an incredible selection of name brand work and dress boots. Come browse aisles and aisles of top quality boots at everyday low prices in our world famous boot showroom. Dan Post, Rocky, Durango, Twisted X, Georgia, Ariat, and many more. There are so many styles, colors, and fits available, you might need a hand picking out your favorites. Luckily, Frontier's knowledgeable sales staff will cheerfully assist you with any questions you have and ensure the proper fit of your new boots. Frontier also has an amazing selection of jeans and shirts by Wrangler, Ariat, and Carhartt, as well as a fully stocked women's boutique department with thousands of tops and dresses at unbelievable prices. New arrivals often. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Gilman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Save now on your 2021 swimming pool at Family Leisure. Buy now at 2020 pricing and save your spot for the first installation of 2021. Patio furniture 20 to 30% off. Play gyms in stock. Beat the heat with an indoor game table or slate pool table. Pool toys and floats up to 30% off. Family Leisure, Whit Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Family and fun come together.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join Pete Cordelli and me for Sidelines Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. on Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1 FM. We'll cover the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, recruiting. Hey, if they keep score, we're covering it. Check us out on the website at sports56whbq.com and sidelines.live. Sidelines is brought to you by Duncan Williams Asset Management. Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. Get up and give us a call.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Yo! Welcome in a little Sports 56 Happy Hour with your very good friend Johnny Radio. Y'all know my friend Gabe Kuhn. He's at G_Kuhn71. Y'all know me. I'm at Johnny_Radio. Now, my buddy Alex Kuhn, he's Gabe's brother. Still don't know if Gabe ever got him anything for his birthday. Doubt he did. But it's okay. That's just kind of how little brothers are. I have little brothers. Big brothers It's very hard on big brothers.
We're pests, but the interesting thing is, we'll bring on Alex now.
I just found out he was your big brother.
Yeah, he didn't know that you were the older one. You have anything to say about that?
Wait, so John didn't know that I was the older brother?
Yeah.
No, you know, you got to look at him. He looks like a mountain man. I thought he was like, when I first met him, 65. No, I'm just kidding.
Grizzly Adams had a beard.
No, but I will tell you, we one time went out. They ID'd me and didn't ID him.
Well, you looked like, okay, to be fair to the person IDing, okay, you did have like the bare
did
face.
have this 12-year-old little girl look going down.
No.
Thanks. Yeah. No,
Still looked like a boy.
I had 21 Jump Street going on. Like I could have snuck. I could have gone incognito into a high school, I think. Speaking of that, did you hear about that crazy lunatic who played college ball who got arrested in Georgia for impersonating a 14-year-old player?
Oh, I did see that.
Dude, Alex, did you see that? You think football's crazy in Big Ten country? Welcome to the South, buddy.
Y'all aren't playing high school football, are you? At this point?
No. Right now, we're not 21 Jump Streeting it right now. He's coaching it.
Well, yeah, like
I'm so out of shape right now.
We'll see what happens. They're making a decision, Alex. I think I told you they're making a decision about us, Shelby County Schools. Obviously, I coach at Germantown, for those that don't know. They're making a decision on Monday. So we will see sort of what happens.
Very big decision, actually.
It's a big decision. It is. And I wonder.
On Labor Day,
and what do you do with the schedule, though, is the big question. If you do decide to go forward with a season, we will see.
TSSAA.
Alex, you have any fantasy drafts coming up?
See, I already had mine.
Did you do well or horribly?
Football or baseball? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Football.
So I feel like every year that
you already had your fantasy football draft.
Say
Did you say you already had your fantasy football draft?
Yeah, we had it on Tuesday.
Oh wow! I feel like we wait late. We're having mine on Sunday.
We just kind of decided, we're like, are we going to play this year? What are we going to do as far as the payouts? We're like, okay, well, we'll just wait until the end of the season to see if they actually play a full season before anybody pays. And we had our draft. I got the 5th pick, and I ended up, I believe, with Saquon Barkley in the first round.
Saquon.
Okay with that. But yeah, I took a flyer on one Antonio Gibson. In the 14th round.
Wow, that worked. That was before you knew that AP got released.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
So thank good. They gave me a C+, and they docked my grade a lot because of that pick. And now look who's laughing. So.
Now, hey, where did Rob Gronkowski go in your draft? If you remember, did he go high? Did he go low? He wasn't even close to Travis Kelce and my man. Basically the best in the business.
George Kittle
over at San Francisco, who I know came through your part of the neck of the woods in Iowa. But what he's done in the National Football League, I don't know if even you saw this happening, but I think he's the best in the business. Travis Kelce's up there. Where did the Gronk, the former greatest tight end, where did he go in your draft?
I want to say it was really late. I don't remember him. I don't remember his name popping up because you know that at every position there's going to be the guys at the top and there's going to be a little bit of a drop off down to the middle of the road guys, and at the tight end position it's 1 and 2, and then there's a drop off to 3 to Zach Ertz. So the two guys you mentioned, Kelce and Kittle,
yeah.
then a little bit of a drop off to Ertz, then a huge drop off. And I want to say that Rob Gronkowski was selected, but it was not early on in the draft.
Evan Ingram, Hunter Henry,
Darren Waller.
These Darren Waller, yeah.
They're solid, but they're not consistent.
Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
They went ahead of Gronk, right? Or did people get crazy and be like, oh, man, I want me a little Gronkage?
Yeah, I feel like he went after those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems right.
You either invested high in a tight end in those top 2 guys, or maybe a mid-round pick in Ertz, or you just waited
So
to grab one of those guys.
So we don't have to talk about fantasy football. That's not all we have to talk about. We have college football this week in the city of Memphis too.
Big time.
City of Memphis.
Big time.
Tigers 19-point favorites. You haven't even given. It's like I did the odds couple the other day with Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, and I asked you. I was trying to go to you and ask you about picks, right? And you were like, "Man, I don't even want to try. I'm so confused about what this football season's going to look like. I don't even want to try to make a pick." So, what do you think about the Tigers versus Arkansas State?
What do I think about it?
Yeah,
this is a Saturday night primetime game, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Sure is. 4,800 fans.
In front of 4,800 fans.
Sold out crowd, by the way.
Sold out crowd. Did you guys catch any of Southern Miss and
Dude, are you
South
kidding
Alabama
me?
last night?
Frank
Of course I
Gore's
did.
Son, are you kidding me? Dude, did you see him, like, the touchdown that wasn't, though, was the best play of the game when he pitched the ball, the lateral, and the fact that they, like, didn't give it, like, they said his forward progress had stopped. I know that, like, I don't usually get this, like, insane on a Thursday night for any reason, usually, unless I got money on the game. But, dude, I was going bananas. I was like, damn it, the best play of the game, Frank Gore Jr. with the lateral. And then they scored the touchdown, and they stopped it. They're like, nope. Progress was stopped. I thought that was such a BS. But I'll tell you one thing: South Alabama was really good.
That was a huge win for their program. And yes, Frank Gore Jr. I know there's a discussion.
His dad still plays for the Jets.
Are we going to see Frank Gore and Frank Gore Jr. playing in the NFL at the same time? I mean, it relies mostly on whether or not Frank Gore Jr. is an NFL prospect.
That's what I was going to say. I don't have any doubts that Senior's going to be in the league.
I was going to say, he's like a $165 maybe, right?
Like Frank Gore is the longest. I mean, honestly, he's got to be up there with longest career as a running back, right?
Dude, are you kidding me? Yes.
I mean, he's taken so much wear and tear, and he used to be like he still is to this day like a big body blows guy. I don't understand how he's lasted this long.
He also had one of the grossest injuries that everybody watched on TV, and the fact that he came back from that was number one amazing. But the fact that coming out of Miami after some of the most, like literally one of the most gruesome injuries, I mean, we saw two backs out of Miami have, but he's started since 2005. Okay, 2020 we're in. This is going to be year 15, man. Dude, running back, this isn't Tom Brady.
He was the running back at Miami right after Willis McGahee, right? Yep. I want to say it was right around that time, and he's still in the league. And that, like you said, he had I think he had a double ACL tear. I think he tore both ACLs at Miami. And he has torn both ACLs at one point. Is he a robot? That's my question.
I mean, he does have like that thick neck, and he's kind of like big and swole, so I can see why he could take some of the beating that he's taken. But it's just
he
like
had
good
two
God.
ACL in colleges. He had two torn ACLs when he was in college. Of course, at Miami, we saw what you're talking about, the devastating injury that I thought he was never going to come back from. He's had a miraculous career, and he also had one surgery in the offseason as a pro. But outside of that, as a pro, he's been pretty damn healthy.
Can we all sort of – I don't want to doubt, okay? But, like, can we all sort of agree based on what you saw last night of Frank Gore Jr. that he's probably not an NFL prospect?
Yeah, the whole I don't know a lot of 5'8", 165.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the kicker there.
He'll get a shot, but
will he?
He's just a freshman, right?
Yeah, he's a freshman.
He's a freshman. He is a true freshman, isn't he?
Yeah. True freshman.
He's getting a shot. He's a little kid. But I will tell you one thing right now. Let's be honest with you. Southern Miss looks pitiful. Sorry. Let's just be real.
Look, this is interesting because you have a lot of teams around the country that didn't get spring ball. They're going to look terrible in the first game, depending on what type of continuity they have, which is why I think the Tigers have a good chance this year. Alex, I want to get you and Johnny. I want to just sort of start a conversation here. Like, what are expectations? What should they be for the Tigers this year? Barring, saying we get through a whole season and bowl and everything else.
Like, I still think they're one of the best teams in the conference, and it's hard to say that after they lose literally one of the best players in the country, a guy who was not maybe one of the top 10 guys in the Heisman discussion, but his name has been mentioned as a dark horse, and deservedly so. And Kenny Gainwell, I thought that what he did last year was he was the most dynamic player that Memphis has had, and that's saying. Think about that. What that's saying. Think about who was on his own team. Guy like Antonio Gibson and Damonte Coxey. I have to start getting that right.
It's hard. Don't worry about it.
And then from past teams that sent a bunch of guys to the NFL, Memphis is quickly becoming one of the best skill position programs in the country. They are building a dynasty in developing skill position players. And Kenny Gainwell last year looked like, if not the best, show me one who's better. But I still think that they have guys behind him where this offense is going to be good. The question is, what does it look like out of the gate? And they have a game against Arkansas State to kind of get that figured out.
Right, and the question becomes, who steps up? Rodriguez-Clark is the leader in the clubhouse as far as that's concerned. Kylan Watkins as well. But I brought this point up, and I want to hear both y'all's opinions. Do you think, based on what you've seen from Mike Norvell and Ryan Silverfield and Kevin Johns, they have similar offensive thought processes. They have very differentiated run games. They do a lot. Do you think that this offense is running back friendly? That's one thing I brought up.
Oh, absolutely. Of course it is. I mean, I think that it's running back friendly for a certain type of running back, for a running back that does well in space.
That's exactly what I said before you came on too. This coaching staff, the blocking assignments, the way that their offensive line works in continuity with the running backs and wide receivers. Brady White knows he's a manager and a coach on the field. He gets the ball and he gets his players in the right position to get his players in one-on-one matchups. And guess what? When Memphis has got speed like I think they do, hell yeah, that's running back friendly. Right. And I think speed friendly is what I like to say Memphis, because they're blocking
skill friendly.
Skill friendly. Yes, because of what they do with Ryan
Playmaker friendly. Like you could
because of what they do with that offensive line though. They know how to work. They block, they keep that front seven out of them, and they allow, like Brady White knows how, hey, okay, we got the, this many, 6 guys on this side, 5 on this side. We're going to go to this side. We're going to get a one-on-one matchup, and he's going to get the ball out quickly. And I think that's one of the things that, like, when you say, like, Kenneth Gainwell, is he awesome? Yes. Is it hurt? Yes. Do I understand his decision? Absolutely. But can I tell you something? I'm more interested to see what the offensive line does in the first week. I'm more interested to see what Mike McIntyre does against Arkansas State and how they implement this defense. I'm realistically, and maybe I've just got so used from D'Angelo Williams to, Pollard to Darrell Henderson to, my goodness, now Kenneth Gainwell. Like, I feel like next man up is going to be a baller. I just feel that. I'm more interested in to see what the defense is going to do in Mike McIntyre, honestly.
Yeah, because the defense is the entire X factor for the program. Think about the fact that they have a guy who was the national coach of the year 6 years ago. Not as a defensive coordinator, not as a coordinator, as a head coach.
Yep. At a place that,
as a head coach,
by the way,
national coach of the year.
A place that's proven not to be easy to win at Colorado.
Colorado, please,
no,
yeah.
A program that had been irrelevant, and not just irrelevant,
Cordell Stewart,
one of the worst programs in the Power Five for over a decade and a half. And gets them to 10 wins. They were in the national title discussion for a lot of the year, and he's the defensive coordinator. And if I know anything about the recent history of Memphis football, if they get any level of defense, just even having an okay defense, they're going to be right there at the top of the conference. It's been an issue at times, but last year, look at what they did. They had a serviceable defense, and look what it did for them.
Right. It's like, can they finally go with the junior and seniors on defense and Mike McIntyre from good enough to actually maybe good? Maybe be at the top of the conference as far as defense goes. That's the question. If you can get that, you know you're going to have some production from that offense. And the thing is, like last year, you brought it up. Like, they weren't – I don't think anybody's sitting there like, oh, they were just phenomenal. They were it was an improvement. An improvement based on what it was the year before was as long as you're not giving up 50 points a game, you're improving, right?
It was a defense that you asked yourself, if my offense is off for a single game, can my defense keep me in it for a couple of games? And that's what they could do. And Gabe, you've known this in the past that you guys had defenses that weren't capable of doing that, especially against really good offenses. And that's when you'd come up with a loss, or you'd have to win a game 54 to 51. And if they can avoid that, if they can have a defense that shoot half the game, they come out firing, they get stops, they get 3 and outs, they hold the other team down, they're going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm stoked about this. I was stoked about. I was first shocked that Mike McIntyre was coming to be the DC at Memphis. I was like, damn, like Silverfield just got.
I think
like big fish.
People were confused because Mike Norvell did so good with hiring. Like, he was really good. He brought in really good guys every single time, and he had a lot of turnover in his staff.
Sure did.
But I don't know if anyone expected the level of assistant that Silverfield was going to bring in.
Gabe, what's the defensive backs coach name? He's from Colorado as well. I'm blanking on his
He was
name.
at Ole Miss last year too. One second. I think it's Charles.
But he was at Ole Miss. Moral of the story, I mentioned Colorado. When they won the Pac-12 North, they got to the Pac-12 championship.
Charles
game.
Clark, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, Charles Clark. This was 2016, and he was the defensive backs coach and produced 4 defensive backs that were drafted in the top 4 rounds in the 2017 draft.
Right out of Ole Miss?
Right out of
Colorado.
Oh, out of Colorado. Okay, because he did coach at Ole Miss, right?
Yeah,
he did.
1 year,
Okay.
I believe.
I just couldn't remember.
But all
That's
4
why I
of
didn't
those
realize
guys are
that.
still playing. All 4 of those guys are still playing in the league.
Whoa, that's awesome. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, Charles Clark's got me stoked. Mike McIntyre's got me stoked. I like Ryan Silverfield. I think he's the right guy. And the other thing is I also want to remind both of you guys, and also especially our fans out there and people who are Memphis hungry. A lot of people are so, and I just want them to relax. They're so bummed on the Kenneth Gainwell news. Can I like, is it just that they don't look at other teams? But you know the team that got 10 out of 20 first place votes and is ranked 21 in the AP poll? That, of course, is Central Florida. Do you know who they are? Yes, Central Florida. Did you know that they had 10 players opt out because of COVID-19, including Daryl Mack Jr.? They had their starting defensive tackle, Clay Davis. They had their cornerback.
Tay Gowan was his starting corner.
A stud. And then they also said that Devontae Dawson was probably going to be the other starting cornerback. So
but don't get it twisted. I still even think.
And another guy who was probably going to start this year. Again, they've lost players. Listen, everybody
I still think that's
going to
be a good team.
I think they're still, listen, dude, Dylan Gabriel Dylan Gabriel, if he stays healthy, he is a damn handful. Let's be honest with you. But Brady White is a playmaker and a coach on the field with Ryan Silverfield. If Mike McIntyre can get anything out of this defense, I think this year it's going to be straight up with Central Florida. It's going to be straight up Memphis. And I think we're going to see what we see every single year. These two teams going at it. Can Memphis finally climb that mountain and get past the Knights? That's the question of the American, in my opinion.
Yeah, and let's hope we get to that matchup where they play in Memphis this year, correct?
Yep.
They play at the Liberty Bowl, like mid-October, I want to say. That's the matchup that that Memphis is going to be able to get a chance to right some wrongs. And they've been
yes, they do. 10-17.
Painfully close against that team. Like they've had
painfully
never actually won though. That's the disappointing
should have won
thing.
all of those games and lost all of those games. And Gabe, I think I remember you guys kind of had that against Houston as well. Your first
we
two
got
games-
over the hump though. By my last couple of years.
You got over the hump the last couple of years with a couple of absolutely wild finishes where you got down, you had to come back a last minute drive to beat them in games where it looked like you guys had kind of blown another lead. The first one was a blown lead. The second one you were down 17-0 at the half and had to score 42 points in the second half.
That was a fun one.
It's not going to be easy. But can they finally finish a game against UCF? That's, to me, the storyline of the season.
You are not
that Houston game, though. Shout out Kadarian Jones. Tweeted, "Watch this at halftime." We were down 17. Tweeted, "Watch this at halftime." We came back and won. That was awesome. That's honestly one of the better moments I think from my college career.
That is awesome. Go ahead.
I see, because you might have something else as far as Tigers go.
No,
I wanted to totally switch here and just I kind of don't want to ask, but I do want to ask.
Before we get to the Big Ten, right?
Okay, yeah, you know what I was going to say.
There's one quick thing. The thing I think that the fact that yes, tomorrow at 7:00, everybody in the nation is going to be watching the Tigers, Arkansas State, Blake Anderson, Ryan Silverfield. What's Mike McIntyre's defense going to be doing? What's the nicest guy in the whole world? And Blake Anderson, Arkansas State's been pretty daggum good. It'll be an interesting game. It's going to be fun. But dude, Memphis, their entire season, in my opinion, comes down to a quick little stretch between October 17th and the 31st. They got Central Florida at home. Then they play Temple at home. Then they go on the road and play Cincinnati on the 31st. Yes, 10/31. Ay. Is that not Halloween, yo?
Well, heck, that stretch you're talking about starts with it goes SMU, UCF, Temple, Cincinnati.
Start of the month. Yeah, no. But what I'm just saying is, you look at that stretch right there. That's going to show what this season's really about, and how like if they got the depth, if they got the everything that they need going forward. So I think we're going to be watching. I think tomorrow everybody's going to be watching. But I'm telling you, October, we're going to know everything we need to know about this team by Halloween night. Now I got to ask you something important, and I'm going to let your brother has the Big Ten.
I don't even want to. I just want to sort of open the forum here. What the hell is going on? Like, why is everybody? You got the president involved now. Kevin Warren's public enemy number one. Every athletic director in the Big Ten is acting like they have no idea what's going on.
Nebraska's a rogue, they're almost a rogue state.
Everyone hates each other. Like I'm at a loss for words with the Big Ten. It's got to be annoying covering it.
Well, yesterday we started to get some answers, not from the Big Ten, but from the Pac-12. I don't know if you saw Commissioner Larry Scott's interview with CBS Sports. He basically said that they have a new testing mechanism that it's a saliva test. It's a 15-minute rapid result test that they feel could help them come back a little sooner. Now, he was then asked about when that timetable was. He said they need 6 weeks to start practicing. They're not able to practice now. You're looking at the earliest, probably the end of November, which has been floated by the Big Ten. Now, here's the kicker. He says that he has been in contact with Kevin Warren, the commissioner of the Big Ten, about trying to align their season. So what the hope is, I would think, would be start sometime during the first semester, maybe late November, early December, January, whenever, and align the seasons with the Big Ten and the Pac-12, and then have a Rose Bowl game at the end. You don't know what's going to happen with the other conferences, but do the best that you can to have a season, and that's seemingly what it's looking like right now.
Now, just one thing I'm going to say. If I am Kevin Warren, I do not take any more calls from Larry Scott. Dude, you told me to align with you in the beginning, and this was the right decision. Oh, dude. And by the way, the fact I joke around and call Larry Scott Joe Dirt, because nobody knows who he is. He's like that commissioner that people are like, who is he? Like Trump didn't call Larry Scott. He called Kevin Warren. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the whole thing that's going on up there. I have to be honest with you, and I know your brother hit basically the head on the nail. I can't imagine how annoying it is. It is hard coming here after the Tigers lose a game. Like after the Tigers lost to Kansas, things like that. Like those are hard days. I don't even know what it would be like to go into work and literally not know anything. Like you're like, well, Trump talked to Kevin Warren and he said he was on the 1 yard line, but didn't say what yard line he was on and yada yada. So like, bro, I don't even know how you're doing it. I wish you the best of luck. Go get you a couple tacos. Hopefully you find you a left-handed cigarette. Did you hear about what happened in Tel Aviv, by the way?
I missed that.
Dude.
Left-handed cigarettes for everyone.
Go to Johnny_radio. I tweeted it out. Somebody bought 100 drones, filled them with baggies of marijuana, and flew them over Tel Aviv and just started dropping them from the sky. It was raining instead of frogs. It was raining marijuana. Is that not crazy?
That is pretty crazy.
That's the true story. Go to Johnny_radio. Check that bad boy out. Never forget, my good buddy Alex Kuhn joins us every single Friday. We like to rap about a little bit of everything. Alex is the older brother of Gabe Kuhn. He's they're both the journalists and everything, but he is at Alex Kuhn 523, where Gabe's at G_Kuhn 71. Check them both out. And Alex, we'll talk next Friday.
Ya.
Be safe, okay,
All
my
right.
brother?
See you guys.
That's my friend Alex Kuhn. Now, I'm late for a break. I'll get back. I got a little bit of racing to do. Churchill Downs, Alan Nosey. Never forget Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
CenterPoint Energy takes many steps to help ensure the safety of gas lines in your community and shares important tips like the following. A distinct odor similar to rotten eggs is added to natural gas. If you smell it, clear the area and immediately call CenterPoint Energy. Plus, always remember to call 811 before you dig or begin an outdoor project. Natural gas is one of the safest fuels. To find more tips, visit centerpointenergy.com/gas safety.
This is the Frells family. They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. With its durable construction and features that hook up to dozens of attachments with ease, no job is too tough. The Frells family runs with us, because this is more than just land. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh-made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train.
Don't you love it when a little Jerry Garcia brings you back on a beautiful Friday? Well, you got to love it even more when my good friend Alan Nosey's here to help you decide who is going to win this year's Kentucky Derby. That's right. The Kentucky Derby 2020, yes, is going down on Labor Day weekend. That is not a joke. That is the real deal, Holyfield. 2020 has been crazy. We've had things basically in reverse order. But I will tell you something. I am in no way a horse expert. Can promise you that. Never once been, never mind, I can't say that. Wait, have you ever done a Catherine the Great exhibit? Have you ever? Did you ever learn about her in high school or college?
Wait, just
no.
Whatever
Okay,
you're gonna
never
say,
mind.
say. Because I'm like,
don't even worry about it.
I'm no help.
We'll change. You're no help. We'll end up. One day I'll educate the people further. But before that, I want to talk about Alan Nosey, my good friend who's actually up there, and I want to talk about a lot of things. One, it's going to be run without fans. Who are the people that are actually going to be allowed in? I've heard that there's crazy policing going on up there. And basically, you got to realize, like, the predictions, the experts, who's going to win this bad boy, what's going on. The 146th running of the Roses is going down, but it's going down like nobody ever thought about it. There's not going to be any big hats. There's not going to be mint juleps. But Alan Nosey, who is up there, what is it going to be like, Mr. Nosey, and how's life treating you, sir?
Hey, Johnny. Well, I tell you what, this is a very different Oaks day. I was telling CJ, usually people are selling parking spots in their yards over here for $100 a piece. And
whoa.
You can drive up now, park about anywhere, and
nobody's
yeah,
there except for the owners of the horses. Isn't that basically the only people that are allowed in the bad boy?
I think, from what I understand, I hadn't seen this in print, that if you've got a horse in the race today or tomorrow, in any of the races, not just the Oaks, that you're allowed 4 passes to get people in. So, you're looking at, a couple of thousand people.
Wow.
And I think the jockeys get a couple of tickets for their family that can go in. And, of course, you'll have the trainers and all. But, yeah, it's much, much different. And this is the 25th year in a row my father and I have been to the Kentucky Derby. I mean, this is much, much different.
Yeah, your 25th year, the 25th year y'all go together, and it's 2020. Like, that's kind of be weird, but maybe it's going to be a beautiful day on your picks. Maybe you're going to hit a trifecta. Who knows? But I will tell you, that would be awesome. I've also heard some crazy things like, nobody's won from this lane. This horse that didn't run in the Belmont, they were going to be really good. That's authentic or something. I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff. If you go to Sportsline or Vegas Insider or Best Bets or whatever, if you go and just read anything about a horse racing right now, I'll tell you one thing. There is nobody who really feels like they have the exact same pick. Is this year really that up for grabs, or is it just the fact that they don't like the odds?
Well, it's so different from most derbies because, all the rest of them are the ones in modern history have all been ran the first Saturday in May. And a 3-year-old horse is kind of like a strawberry. It'll be green one day and ripe one day and rotten the next day. That's when they're, starting to mature and all. So, these few months between May and September are big because a lot of these horses have matured. Some of them that were really, good have kind of soured for a little while and coming back. So it's a total different, deal with your handicap. And some of the horses that were really hot, are not. And some of them that weren't, have kind of picked up the bit some. So it's a different deal. And with the fillies too, of course, today is the Kentucky Oaks, which is the sister race to the Derby. So it's a 3-year-old fillies. And I've got a good friend, Dayton Fleury from Hot Springs, Arkansas, who's got a horse in it today. So that we're really pulling for her. Her name is She Dare the Devil.
She Dare the Devil?
She Dare the Devil is running today in the Kentucky Oaks, which will run this afternoon. And that's going to be a really, really good race.
By the way, before we get to the Derby, tell me about the Oaks real quick. And who's your friend again? Peyton who?
Staten Fleury. He's from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh, Staten Fleury.
And he is partners with one of the ruling princes of Qatar over in the Middle East. So you wouldn't think a guy from Hot Springs, Arkansas and somebody from Qatar would be partners. But if you look, their horse is number 7. He's 20-1 in the morning line. He won a stakes race over at
That's
Oaklawn.
not Traffic, is it? Wait, She Dare the Devil?
No, this is in the Oaks.
This is in the Oaks. Okay. I was going to say, you know what I was looking at? 20-1. What you said, 20-1, I know I was looking at Night Traffic because 20-1's a nice little number.
So, 20-1. So we're hoping that he runs big. In the Oaks race, there's 4 horses I really like in there. You've got Swiss Skydiver, who's 8-5, who's actually ran against the boys before, ran in the Bluegrass and ran second. And then you've got the 4 horse in their Speech that I like that's going to go off.
Did you say Peach or Speech?
Speech. The 4 horse Speech. Speech.
Got you.
And then Bob Baffert, the old Silver Fox, has got one in here. He's got Gamine, who ran over at Oaklawn. We watched her run over there, and she hadn't done anything wrong. That's probably my pick, who would probably win it, the 5. So what I'll probably do is on the Superfecta box the 1, 4, 5, and then I'll put the 7 in there and hope the 7 runs big and at 20-1, or may go off higher than
and that's
that.
She Dare the Devil, right?
She Dare the Devil, and I'll play her across the board, really because my friend's got. But she's a really nice filly, so anything. Hey, it's 2020. Anything can happen this year, buddy.
That is, dude. It is 2020. Anything can happen. I know that. I wanted to ask you again though, since this is your 25th time, to go up there with your dad. Your friend, like I said, or you said Staten, Fleming, who's got She Dare the Devil running. You always are working. You're always doing a lot of good stuff up there. How do you get any work done? How is it, what is it like this year? And before I ask you how the winners are, what is the security like? What realistically, just lay it out for us. What is the feeling up there in Kentucky like right now?
Well, I'm outside right now, and I don't know. There's been some helicopters running by. Of course, a lot of that's going to be the newscast helicopters. If you're watching on TV, they'll have the area view. But Central Avenue is the main street right in front of Churchill Downs, and my trainer's house is at 907 Central. We're still going to have some epic parties over there this weekend. We've got the cover band, the Kurt Loaders, playing this week. You remember Kurt Loder?
Louisville, from back in MTV.
First DJ from MTV.
Yes.
So we got the Kurt Loaders playing, but they've got Central's blocked off. At each end of it, it looks like they've got dump trucks, so there couldn't be any cars try to come down Central.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of blocked off, and then they've got, it appears to have some quite a bit of National Guard.
I was going to say, because I know the pictures from Louisville lately. You got to admit, on your way up there, were you and your dad questioning your decision to go to Louisville with some of the pictures you've seen come out of the Louisville, or were you just dadgummit, this is the this is the run for the roses. It's the 146th Kentucky Derby. We're rolling.
Well, I was a little more concerned than my dad. He was a captain in the Army, so he wasn't as concerned about it as me. But I think it looks like everything's going to be pretty safe. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some protests, but I don't see there being any violence or anything.
Awesome.
And all. I think there's a lot of police presence, and I think everything will go off very well.
It's going to still be weird, though, watching the Kentucky Derby with no crazy hats or people drinking mint and juleps and all that good stuff. And it's definitely going to be weird watching it in September.
It's going to be interesting talking to the jockeys that have ridden in the Derbies before, because when they turn for home, they talk about that wall of sound. You know, when they turn from home and you've got 100, you know, it's 160,000, but, you know, 60,000 of them are in the infield, and just that sound, well, you're not going to have that sound. You know, it's just going to be different. You know, you're going to have 16 horses going, but you're not going to have all that crowd noise. You know, usually you've got everybody's singing My Old Kentucky Home when they step onto it. And I mean, people have got tears coming down their eyes. I mean, it's one of the greatest, you know, moments in sports. I mean, they've been, you know, doing this for 146 years. And, you know, it's just going to be different. You know, not going to have all those 100,000 singing My Old Kentucky Home and hearing that roar when they turn for home. So it's going to be an interesting Derby. I mean, it's going to be one that people are going to remember.
I think you're exactly right. Speaking of one that's going to be something to remember, you had a large field, 17 horses up in this bad boy. I will ask you, because I am one of those guys who looking at numbers. I don't want to go like too obvious, but I also don't want to go to somebody that's like, you know, 85-1, like Nectar Island, or 100-1 winning impressions. I've been looking at Night Traffic, 20-1, finished second against Authentic. Ran a heck of a race right there, you know, coming out of a nice little slot. I'm wondering, at 20-1, is that a decent pick, or am I just crazy as all get out? Did I lose you? No, did you miss me? Alan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got
I'm
you,
here.
my friend. Hey, I was asking you, I'm looking at Night Traffic, 20-1, because you know I'm a numbers guy. I don't want one of the easiest horses to pick, but I also don't want something that's stupid. Do you think that this horse that ran, you know, basically second to Authentic, do you think it has a chance to maybe, you know, be in the top 3 in the Derby?
Yes, I kind of narrowed it down to 5 horses that I like, and he's definitely in those top 5. And one thing I like to look at, if you look at, he ran in the Matt Winn, not his last race, but his next to last race, which is over the Churchill Downs course, and he ran second in there to Maxfield, who is off a Derby trail. But, you know, he has ran over the track, which I do kind of like that, and all. And, yeah, he is one that I am definitely going to use in my superfectas and trifectas and stuff.
Well, everybody's been waiting. 67129. Everybody's text said, I got my pen out. I got my pen ready. Who is Alan taking in the 2020 Kentucky Derby?
Well, 'tis the law who's going to go off at 2 to 5. He's 3 to 5 in the morning line. It's his race to lose. I mean, on paper, you know, he's the Teflon Don. He can't lose. But it's the Kentucky Derby, and it's 2020. He could stumble coming out of the gate. He could not feel good. I mean, there could be a lot of stuff on there. And, you know, at short odds, I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to use him in some of my stuff, but he's not going to be, you know, my win bet at short odds. So the horse that I'm going to use to win is going to be Honor AP, the 16. He's got big money Mike Smith riding. He's got John Sheriff, who's a really good trainer. He's won a Derby with Giacomo. The horse, if you look at it, I mean, he hadn't done much wrong as far as that. He's coming out of California. So he's the one that I'm going to use on my win, you know, that I'm going to bet to win. Now, the 2 horses I'm going to use on top are going to be 16 and 17, which are going to be AP Honor and 'Tis the Law as far as it. And then I also like 3 horses that I really like under those that I think have a chance to win if something goes bad is Authentic. Bob Baffert at the 18. I do like the New York Traffic, the 15. And then a local guy that actually I've had some horses on him years ago, Major Fed. I do kind of like
60-1, baby.
You know,
I like that.
if everything comes apart, Greg Foley's been training here since like 1980. He's a Kentucky guy. And he's not, you know, I'm going to have some dollars on it as a long shot. As far as it, I mean, he's 50-1 right now. I'm not. He may go off higher than that. He just doesn't quite get there. He keeps running and all, but that's one that I'm going to use definitely in the supers at a big Price. And I mean, he would be my long. If a long shot could jump up there and win it, I think he would probably be the one that could do it.
Man, that would be awesome, Alan. Thank
I mean,
you.
as I say, I'm saying that long. If somebody's just wanting to play a pure long shot, I mean
that's fun stuff. Yeah, 60 to 1. Are you
shot.
kidding me? Yeah, dude, that would be fun. But hey, I got to tell you something, Nosy. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, root on your friend Staten Flurry. She Dare the Devil. Don't forget the Kentucky Oaks is going down. You like Swish Sky Daughter Speech.
Skydiver.
Whatever. I can't even write. Skydiver. Can't read my own writing. Speech. And what else did you like? You like She Dare the Devil and who else?
Gamine and Bob Baffer. And She Dare the Devil 7. So it's the 1, 4, 5, 7.
Man, good luck. Good
and
luck.
I think
good
the
luck.
5 will probably win the race.
I like it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Alan, hey, be good. Be safe up there. Have a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoy the 25th year with your father, my friend.
All right. Well, we got the Preakness coming up in October, so we'll see how we did on this, and maybe we'll talk again then.
Oh, we'll definitely talk again then. You be safe, okay, Alan, and have a lot of fun this weekend. That's my friend Alan Nosey. I'll be back in 2 shakes. Never forget MemphisFarmers.com. My good friend Chad Gatlin. That's MemphisFarmers.com. Auto, home, life, business, whatever you can think of MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Do you have any idea why I never speak the way I am right now? It's because if you're honest, sincere, and knowledgeable, you do not need fast-talking, high-energy, gimmick-promising advertising to get a customer's attention. Speaking of that, how do you think companies can offer huge rebates and giveaways when you use their services or buy their products? By overcharging you in the first place, that's how. Fiveash Roofing doesn't operate that way. It's misleading and dishonest. When I provide a customer with the best products and the best service possible and do it at a fair price, why would I need gimmicks to sell it? Best products, best warranties, and best service possible. That's all we offer. Well, that and financing. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Let's go!
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
scale the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words?
Welcome back into Sports 56 Happy Hour. It's the last episode of this beautiful week. I'm going to tell you right now, tomorrow it's going down for real. That's right. You can listen to Dave Woloshin, who's coming up next. The very own Dave Woloshin will be on the call because you know what's going down. Arkansas State, some Red Wolves, Memphis Tigers, Liberty Bowl. It's going down for real. I am fired up. I cannot wait for it. I will just have to say one other thing. For all, again, the Memphis fans out there, I want y'all to be positive. Kenneth Gainwell, yes, he did decide to sit out. But I would also, and I mentioned this up earlier, and I realized a lot of people didn't know it because I got a bunch of questions about it. Yes, Central Florida, who is ranked 21st, they had 10 players also sit out, including their starting cornerback, their starting defensive tackle, their other starting cornerback. And guess what? Their backup quarterback, Darryl Mack Jr., who was a baller shot caller. So, yes, they got Dillon Gabriel. Don't get me wrong. Dillon Gabriel is a bad mamma jamma. But I'm just saying, don't act like this, Memphis is the only program in the country that has had to deal with this situation. And again, support the young man in his decision. He will always be a Tiger. So that's how I look at it. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, they start off against Arkansas State. I think it's going to be fun, and I think it's going to go down for real. Now, again, thank you to Jim McCormick for joining me for Fantasy Football. He will join us every Friday. So make sure at 1:30 y'all all schedule, and make sure you remember, send your fantasy football questions to @_Jimmy McCormick. And then Alex Kuhn always joins me at 2 o'clock on Fridays. 2:30 today, we didn't do Hardwood like we normally do because we went to the Derby with my friend Alan Nosey. But I will tell you, I had a couple stories, and one of the stories had to do with some activists. Well, did you hear about this, Mr. Gabe Kuhn? I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier.
An activist?
They were activists is what we call them.
Are you talking about the Tel Aviv thing?
Yes, they're green activists.
Green, yes.
Yes, they want the girl.
Yes.
They want the world.
They like
to go
left-handed
green.
cigarettes.
Yes,
you'd like
huge
to say.
left-handed cigarettes. They said because these are big, fat little. Wait, they call them little bags, but bro, that's at least a dime scrap, yo, at least. And by the way, did you see these aren't like there's no seeds up in this joint. This is some good smoke. This what I've heard. It looks good. Anyway, point is what I'm trying to say is this is not a joke. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Could you imagine walking down the road in Tel Aviv and all of a sudden bags of marijuana start falling from the sky and you're like, what the bleep? This is not a joke. This realistically happened. I got Reuters tweeted it out. I'm going to retweet it right now. I retweeted it earlier, but you can go check it out. By the way, Tel Aviv is in Israel. But some marijuana activists, because they're voting on, I don't know if you know this, they're voting on actually legalizing marijuana in the whole daggum country. Dude, I feel like we were so behind some other countries. But anyway, point is, so, bro, 25 tons is what they estimate is what's smoked per year in Tel Aviv. But some dude put 60,000 baggies into a bunch of little drones and just flew them over Tel Aviv and just started dropping little marijuana baggies. Could you imagine if that happened here? Do you think people would get arrested? See, I think so. But I think everybody just in Tel Aviv got high as all get out. I think they got high and they're ready to watch the Tiger game tomorrow, yo. Make sure you watch it. Tiger, Arkansas State. Coming up next is Wolo and Stats. For Gabe Kuhn, I'm John. Get out there and make the world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace!